Liverpool find themselves currently sat 5th in the Premier League and out of the title race. If you're like me, you'll be asking the same question. How can a team who's just won the Premier League now be fighting just to get back into the Champions League? Well, in this video, I'll be outlining how the wrong transfer strategy, an aging squad, and poor home form took Liverpool from pole position to transition. My name is Drew Wigan, and welcome back to the Touch of Class show. Now, it's very obvious that Liverpool spent a hefty amount of money this previous summer. But before they did that, they saw a lot of players go out the door. Some notable exits were Luis Diaz for £65 million to Bayern Munich, Darwin Núñez for roughly £46 million to Saudi League, Kwanzaa for £34 million, Kelleher for £18 million, Tyler Morton sold for £10 million, Trent Alexander-Arnold was originally going to go on a free, but Real Madrid paid £8 million just to get him for the Club World Cup. Nat Phillips was sold for £3 million, totaling sales worth $184 million. Now, that's a decent return for the summer transfer window, but only if you replace the adequate positions that you sold. A starting left winger and a starting right back were musts for this team. Now let's take a look at the players that Liverpool brought in. Isak costs £125 million from Newcastle, a deal that was done very late in the window. Florian Wirtz was purchased for £116 million from the Bundesliga. Ekitike, £79 million. Kerkez, £40 million. Frimpong, £30 million, Mohamedashvili, £29 million, Giovanni Leone, £26 million, totaling roughly £445 million on signings in a single summer. Now you might be asking yourself, Drew, they spent £445 million. How could they have poor transfer strategy? How could this have been a bad window for them? Well, yes, they solved their problem of bringing in a world-class striker, signing Ekitike, but there was no need to also go out and sign Isak. I understand that there was some predetermined talk and agreement between Liverpool and the player, but once you go sign Hugo Ekitike, there's no need to bring in Isak for an additional £125 million. Instead, they should have spent that money on another striker, but maybe a more veteran striker, someone that wouldn't mind being in a backup role every so often. I'm looking at the likes of an Ollie Watkins or a Jean-Philippe Mateta. Those two guys both would do a solid job if Ekitike weren't to pan out the way that you wanted him to. But he's turned out to be quite the player for Liverpool. Liverpool also clearly needed a left winger. With the departure of Luis Diaz, all they had to replace him was Cody Gakpo. And Cody Gakpo is an all-right footballer. He's not someone you're going to write home about. In my opinion, they should have gone out and purchased a true world-class left winger, someone by the name of Rafael Leao. Or, if you still want to look for a Premier League proven player, then you go to Newcastle, but for a different player. Maybe this time around you go for Anthony Gordon. Now, you were never going to replace Trent Alexander-Arnold, and you probably didn't need to. His output, yes, was incredible, but his defensive work was lackluster at times. What do? They bring in a wingback who is a fantastic player in Frimpong, but is not known for his defensive attributes. When you spend $445 million, you expect a full squad overhaul that is going to set you up for not only the now, but also the future. And yes, Isak and Ekitike and Wirtz and Frimpong and Kerkez are all young players that are for the future, but they just tanked their now. To put it into some perspective, Klopp's highest transfer window spend, not even net spend, just pure spend, was roughly £160 million. This window, almost £300 million more. It also doesn't help that Liverpool's superstars are just getting older year after year. Which brings me to my second point. That core of the team is aging. Mohamed Salah is 33, turning 34 in June. Virgil van Dijk is 34, turning 35 in July. And Andy Robertson is 31, turning 32 next week. These players have carried Liverpool for the better part of the last decade, winning Premier League trophies, winning Champions League trophies. But now they're just a bit older and they look a bit off the pace. It was always bound to happen. It was a matter of time. And unfortunately, that time is now. This is just the harsh truth that Liverpool fans have to accept. You've been playing twice a week for the last 7 or 8 years, and that takes a toll on these athletes' bodies. This year, the team has felt different. They've looked different. We've all seen it. And their home form has shown, which leads perfectly into my next point. Liverpool's home form this year has been woeful. As you can see here, this graph shows Liverpool's cumulative home points over the first 13 home games across the last 3 seasons. Now, Anfield has always been a fortress. It's one of the most intimidating grounds in world football. And under Klopp, it was practically impenetrable. In 23-24 season, Liverpool picked up 35 points through their first 13 home games, dropping just 4 points. The following season, under Slot, that dropped to 32, which is not a disaster, but it's still a dip. And in this season, just 24 points from home fixtures. That is an 11-point drop in home form in just 2 years. For context, that's the difference between a title-challenging side and a team that's barely scraping by to get into the Champions League. Anfield used to be Liverpool's superpower, and right now, under Slot, they're just giving away points at home at a rate that simply cannot be excused by transitional period or bad luck. Now, Liverpool's future is not that bleak. Yes, this transitional period of time is going to be interesting. It's ultimately going to be Slot that falls on this sword. I mean, he kind of deserves it. His tactics this year have been inexcusable. This squad has not been playing well together whatsoever, and their injury record isn't that bad. With that being said, though, Liverpool fans can't expect to be challenging for the title year in and year out anymore. This new coach is going to have to take time to adapt. It's going to be a big change, but it's definitely one that Liverpool can handle. If it were to happen at any time, though, it's kind of perfect that it's happening now, because next year we might see the most parity we've ever seen in the Premier League. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and leave a comment of why you think Liverpool's season has not gone according to plan. Also subscribe, as I have much more football and tennis content coming up. Thank you for watching, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.